Hi everyone!
Hello! Welcome.
Sunday evening,
Yes.
final hour of the year.
Of 2023.
Yes, final hour.
Which is crazy, right? Considering how fast the year has gone by. And
Yes.
even though I, and of course Jessie has been talking about it for so many months in terms of the year, in terms of the final crucial months of the year, how important winter is and all that.
Yes, and suddenly,
Yes.
it's here.
It's 31st
Okay.
December 2023, right? Welcome to our annual How to Tame the Grand Duke special, which we've been doing for the past couple of 31st December, New Year's Eve for the past
Yes.
couple of years. So this is the third year running.
Yep.
And of course, for this particular special, we'd like to welcome our little fur babies as well.
Yeah, they are part. They are
Yeah.
part of tonight's team. Hi, darling.
Yep.
It
Coco
must be like,
has been with
how
us
come
here.
Daddy, Mommy so cute tonight? How come I'm on live?
Yes,
Okay.
right? I don't know whether you can see it on the camera, right?
Yeah, later we'll talk about you, darling. Okay? All right, so beforehand, let's see if there's anyone following tonight's session. I mean, I know lah, probably everyone is out there somewhere doing countdown. I'm not sure, it's like, are there any like countdown party going on in like KL?
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us where you are if you're
Yeah.
not at home, right? Or if you're watching this like somewhere in between, somewhere in the car waiting for the countdown and all that.
Yeah.
There should be. And usually there will be, of course, countdown parties happening around.
But I just
Yeah.
know that I saw some recent news regarding, I think the KLCC area where people are expecting, okay, the fireworks countdown. Apparently this year, if I'm not mistaken, there will be no fireworks. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so trailing there, new hairstyle. Not exactly, it's the same thing. It's just that I didn't really tie it up. Okay?
Hi, Trailing.
Right,
Happy New
tonight.
Year in advance.
Probably later I will just tie it up. Lah. I mean, tonight is the last day of the year, right? Okay, so let your hair down, enjoy. It's supposed to be a party mood, right?
That's
Okay.
right. So, of course, we're going to count down to 2024, the Western Gregorian one. But it's very interesting. First of all, of course, if you're here with us, thank you for joining us. But I don't want to lose the train of thought because this year is especially meaningful when it comes to 31st December going to 1st of January, right? Because, of course, we've had the early arrival of the dragon already. So I've spoken about it in my Facebook Lives. I've spoken about it in my workshops. Jessie, of course, has also mentioned it as well. So I think it's particularly unique because the strength of the dragon really is already pretty much here. Right, and in fact, tomorrow, January 1st as well, is a very auspicious date to continue with welcoming the next phase of the dragon energy. So this year, I feel that a lot of it has already come to us in terms of the upcoming years.
Yes, energetically, definitely.
Energetically,
Yeah.
especially from the astrology perspective, even more so than the past couple of years. So I feel that this transition from New Year's Eve to the New Year, even though it's supposed to be the Western Gregorian calendar base, but I feel that it's also very reflective of the Chinese astrological energies as well.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And since you're talking about that, right, okay, I mean, remind me later when I talk about the dragon animal sign. In fact, I realized that actually there are a few incidents, if I'm not mistaken, a few incidents that I saw the news in December itself has already reflected, okay, the impact of that particular so-called Fan Tai Sui or against the,
Exactly.
what we call the Grand Duke Jupiter,
Right.
okay? But before that,
Yeah.
okay, oh, you want to take a look
Speaking
at
of
this?
which as well, I personally also experienced it. And of course, when you're more in tune, just like many of you are, many of people who follow us, right? You'll be more in tune towards energy shifts, whether it's on a yearly basis, right? Or maybe even for entire 20-year period, like period 9, right? Which is a big deal as we speak. But also maybe from the month transitions as well. So besides that, I have been feeling it, especially since one of the animal signs we'll be talking tonight, right? Offending the Grand Duke bunch of animal signs is something that I have in my chart as well. So I've definitely felt it from the personal perspective.
No, you'll be sharing more about it later when we talk about the animal sign.
Yes.
Great.
Particularly, it's the sign of the rabbit lah. From a couple of perspectives, right? Yes.
Okay, all right. But the thing is, okay, I felt that, okay, those of you who are just joining us again, first of all, do let us know if I'm assuming that you can hear us clearly, okay, and you can see the screen clearly as well, all right? Do let us know as well. And then also, please do help us to like and share tonight's session so that it can actually reach out to more people.
LNS.
Right. In fact, if you can copy the link of today's Facebook Live, okay, and tag it together, I'm sure many of you now here are like, in a way, sending out WhatsApp greetings, okay? Right, Happy New Year greetings 2024 out to your friends and all that. It will be good if we can just copy and paste the link together so that everyone can get, okay, tonight online on this Facebook Live itself. And of course, speaking about that, get yourself prepared with some spirits as well.
Yes,
spirits.
Spirit of your choice.
I will get my spirits in, okay, later on. This is just water. Because, those of you who know me, you know that I can't really drink, right? But Gong Yu's one is not water.
Yeah, I started already. So this is a special Greek drink, right? They call it ouzo, which is pretty common. It's got a kick. But yet, I think it's quite a common drink in terms of it's not drunk. I don't think on any particular special occasion. In fact, I think they drink it for also
like
aperitif, aperitif and after meal digestive purposes. Also, it's called ouzo.
But
it's very good.
It tastes very good. Okay, I personally like it, but it's just that I can't drink it, especially not throughout the whole entire 1 hour session, definitely. Or else you'll be seeing like later on. It's like probably I'll be like sleeping here on the couch. Okay,
yam seng to you,
so
Peggy.
yam seng, everyone. Okay, please. Okay, first of all, prepare some spirits. I mean, we're talking about getting our energy high, right?
Yes.
We're talking about, like, in a way, getting into the spirit of the new year, okay? And this is only the first countdown. Is the Western Gregorian calendar counting down.
Yes.
I mean, we have the solar, okay, calendar coming in. We have the solar New Year coming in. And we also have the lunar Chinese New Year coming in as well, okay?
Right.
Yam Seng, please prepare your spirits, okay? Join us in, okay? Do whatever it takes in order to get our spirits high, right? In order to get our energy, okay? Prepare ourselves energetically to welcome the coming up of a new year, the grand new beginning.
Yes.
All right.
Right. Hi to everyone who said hi, Molly, Felicia, of course, Yam Sing to Peggy, like you were saying. And there were many other people also. Hi, Angie. Right. Good. Happy New Year in advance to you. Alexis Wong. You had potato chips. That's a interesting countdown.
Hi, May Jane. Okay, May
Right.
Jane.
Hi, May
May Jane,
Jane.
you're still in Philippines, right? Happy
Yes.
New Year to you. I'll see you again very, very soon. All
Happy
right.
New Year
Thank
to
you
you,
again,
yes.
May Jane. Okay. In fact, those of you are wondering, May Jane is the person that I tagged. Okay, right? I mean, she gifted us, okay, a Christmas gift, which is very, very thoughtful. We wasn't really expecting it. It was lovely, right? Because she actually, in a way, asked someone to draw out this picture. Beautifully drawn out. Yeah.
It's such a thoughtful gift, May Jane. Thank you so much. I haven't
Yes.
had the opportunity to thank you personally, right? But your really thoughts in actually getting the picture commissioned for us. It's such a beautiful thought. So I appreciate it, May Jane.
Yeah. By the
Thanks.
way, Jen Ho, this is not.
It's not
okay,
real,
that's
is
there.
it?
Okay, that's okay. That is not a crystal vase, right? Okay, that's our holy grail. Okay, singing bowl. Okay, the one that I've shared earlier on.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm sure I think she did follow
I
okay,
think
on
so,
the session
yes.
itself. Okay?
Right, so
that's a crystal healing bowl.
Yeah, speaking of which, so this is actually one of our new babies, right? The crystal bowl. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't point too far, but you know what I'm talking about. It's something that we're launching, and it's a very amazing sounding
Yeah.
bass bowl.
Yeah. Finally, I'll have to say,
Yes.
right, after how many years we've been searching for this
Yes.
product itself, okay? I would
Right.
just say is that after at least a few years of really doing researching, contacting, okay, looking for in a way, even trips after trips, okay, in a way to look for suppliers for a good quality sounding crystal bowl itself, finally, I will proudly say that we've gotten it.
Yes, it's going to be available for you to check out. Hands-on at, speaking of which, right, our 13th January event, which is happening Saturday in Petaling Jaya at Wisma Bentley, right? It'll be at the auditorium from Inertia to Illumination Awakening for Period 9. So that is going to be the event there. If you have not registered for it already, please do, right? That's just a little aside since we're talking about that.
And thank you so much to
particular
all of you
crystal
who are here tonight, okay? I
bowl.
know probably some of you are
Hi,
still
KD.
out there, okay? Like family, friends, partying,
Yes.
okay? And then it's waiting for the countdown, okay? For those of you who are here, Xiangling, Bowling,
Yes.
Trailing, the three links are here
Yes,
again.
Katie is here as well.
Yeah, Katie is here as well.
Mun Fei as well. Hi, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New
Right?
Year. Mr. Lim is here. Just
Yes.
now I saw Sirius Bright as well. Happy
Yes.
New Year, okay?
And Alexis here having had potato chips.
Oh, that's great. But make sure, Alexis, besides just potato chips, I hope that you get your spirits ready. All right. So everyone, I mean, literally really get your spirits ready. Right. As we mentioned earlier on, later at 12, after the countdown, we're going to toast, okay? And cheers for a better beginning in in 2024.
Yes.
Okay, so now,
let's get started with
Right.
the content.
yes,
right?
but before that, okay,
Right.
ensure that all of you, probably some of you who are new with us,
Mm.
okay, tonight we're going to talk about the animal signs that you will have in your parts chart.
Yes.
Okay, means that based on your date of birth and time of birth, all of us will have four, okay, animal sign in our own parts chart itself. So you need to know all the four animal sign instead of just your year, okay, or birth itself. So in case those of you who are new here, okay, just make sure that you can click on the comment below that Nicole will be helping me to share the link, okay, under the comment below, or you can also in a way scan the QR code now. Is that, okay? Scan on the QR code next to our beautiful photo with the babies there, okay? So scan on the QR code so that you get onto the link to plot your full party chart, okay? Because tonight we need your party chart, okay? So hi Wendy.
Hi,
Okay,
Wendy.
Wendy is like tuning in from the US,
Yes,
right? How
she should
many
be
of
the
you
US.
here are like, in a way, any chances are in Australia? Because just now I saw like friend of mine, okay, posted, okay, Australia, because they are ahead of our time. They have celebrated the arrival of the new year beautifully, because I see Darling Harbour and all that is like all so beautiful, lit up with like fireworks, okay?
Yes.
So yeah.
Right. So, interesting, Peggy, you're saying just the day master is a big topic. It is, right?
Yes,
So, and
definitely.
that will be covered also under the annual talk that Jessie is presenting,
Mm-hmm.
right? And today, of course, we'll just talk about generally the four animal signs,
Mm-hmm.
which is considered offending the Grand Duke. If you have any of these four
Mm.
in combination or in multiples in your entire Patsu chart. So, that's why, okay, if you're new to Patsu overall,
Mm-hmm.
right, make sure that you do basically plot out your chart to make sure that you know all your four animal signs.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know many of you already are aware of what animal signs you have in your year, month, day, and also hour.
Yeah.
Right. So then you can just proceed with this.
Yes.
Let's start. Yep.
All right, so let's start. I'm sure that many of you, especially those of you who are like Taoist or Chinese, if you go to the temples, you know that's how I started my humble beginning, okay? In a way that I was like, in a way, spent a lot of my, I would say, the whole entire teenagehood, okay? Right, ever since I was 12, I started in the temple, helping out, okay? Doing readings for people, prayers for people, and all those things, right, okay? And one of the most famous things that yearly people will flock to the temple to do is what we call Sip Tai Soi. Sip Tai Soi means like appeasing the Tai Soi or the Grand Duke Jupiter, okay, in a way, hopefully that you lift the Grand Duke Jupiter up. I mean, according to the beliefs, okay, of the people going for prayers itself, you want to lift up the Grand Duke Jupiter so that the energy are not so intense, not so great, not so heavy, that it is in a way, like how to say, suppressing on you, okay? So tonight we're going to talk about like what exactly is this Grand Duke Jupiter, okay? Like why is it something that most of the time people are like afraid of it, okay? Especially those of like people who goes for prayers and all that. If you get it from your grandparents or even from your parents, okay? You know that every year, oh my God, they will say that only fan tai soi, or you go against tai soi, oh you have to do something about it because it's like banyak sui, okay? They will say it's like very bad, there's no good or whatsoever. So let's in a way understand what exactly is this going against the Grand Duke Jupiter means. Right? So first of all, we need to understand what exactly is Grand Duke Jupiter. Right? You want to share about that, okay? Right? Overall, because
Well,
like,
if we
based
look
on
at
the
it-
planetary and all that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, of course, Jessie is the one with more the
Just important, is
yeah,
it?
correct. The prayer, more of the spiritual background to things, and for me, I'm a little bit more on the scientific basis, right? But basically, it's the planet Jupiter, right? In fact, the biggest planet in our solar system, right? And of course, each solar system is revolving or centered around one star, right? In this case, for us, of course, is our mighty sun,
Yeah.
right? That is the host or the anchor of our
To
solar
us,
system.
it's mighty lah.
Yes.
But overall, it's not that
Overall,
mighty.
in the whole galaxy, it's pretty tiny overall, right?
Yeah.
Just again, a reminder of how small we are each individually, right? And how we are all then linked into this whole collective energy overall. So from the astronomy basis, right, basically it's planet Jupiter. And because it's the biggest planet in the whole solar system, right? And it's working in conjunction always with the sun. And in fact, it's also working with Mars. Right, there's also that perspective because they're all wood fire planets, and in Chinese astrology, of course, wood and fire are strongly correlated as one of the main elements. Right, of course, two separate elements, but because wood produces fire easily, so that's why when we translate it, we equate it to other forms of astrology. Normally, we would group it together as wood and fire, right? And because these are linked through the sun, and particularly a couple of effects. Number one, of course, Jupiter is the biggest planet,
Big.
it's
Seriously big.
seriously big compared
Yeah.
to say Mars, and considerably huge compared to Earth as well.
Like in fact,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, I hope I get my facts right, okay? So it's like if you collectively collect all the rest of the planets in our solar systems,
Yeah, I've
okay?
heard that as
Like
well.
you add in, it's like Uranus, you add in like
Neptune.
Earth, Neptune, you
Right.
add in Mars, Venus, and Mercury, okay? Jupiter is at least even more than twice the size of this collectively mass or size, okay,
Right.
of all the planets added together. And
Yes.
that's how big planet Jupiter is.
Yes,
Yeah.
and for reasons that Jessian explained as well, the effect of Jupiter is massive, not just in terms of its size or maybe even its mass, right, but also because of its special orbit. So for that one, please do catch, I think it was period 9 activations, was it?
Yeah.
The previous Facebook Live that we did together, right? So there's more explanation on that. And because of that, it's massive energy and its correlation to the sun itself. So that's why it's got the biggest effect in terms of annual energies.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we constantly move around the sun, so there's nothing unique about that. Of course, the whole solar system is traveling through space, so that's another effect altogether. But because Jupiter itself as a planet with its big effect energetically, and because of its correlation to the sun, so that's why we call it the Grand Duke.
Yes.
Tai Soi.
Tai Soi means like, in other words, okay, the Tai Soi means that, okay, now Tai means is bigger than big. Okay, now in Chinese, okay, if you know Thai, if you have like your grandparents is supposed to be like the superior one in your family, right? Grandparents. But once you have your great grandparents, the greater one is called the Tai. Okay, Tai means in Chinese is like a word of the big, the Tai Ji, with an additional dot, okay, to it. So when you say Tai Soi means, okay, Soi here means the age, okay, the annual, the age on that relative year itself, okay? This particular energy is the greatest of the great, the biggest of the big, okay? Example like that. So it's called a Tai Sui. So that's why Grand Duke Jupiter. And in olden days itself, right, okay, Grand Duke has been in a way relating as one of the important source or impact of energy, okay, because of this like biggest planet in our solar system itself. So when you go into like, of course, astrology, Chinese astrology and all that, we talk about the impact of the wood star, okay, or the wood energy, okay, in our life itself, how it's going to impact us energetically, right? I would say affect our wavelengths in terms of energy. Eventually, it will also affect our like mindset and also our emotions, etc., and actions, okay, because one lead to another, okay. So this particular Tai Sui itself is relating to so-called the emperor because they believe that this is the greatest of the great, the biggest of the big, okay. People who are powerful, who are very, very influential, like some people that you have to like, in a way, it's like a symbolic element that everyone needs to be respectful of, okay. You have to respect this element itself. But I find that in our modern days itself, right, okay, there is a very, very thin line between respect and fear. I guess that nowadays it's like, in a way, like chances is a lot of people like do not really probably understand, okay, whether they are respecting something, respecting a person, respecting a boss, respecting a country or a system or whatever, or are they fearing it? So, I mean, to me, it's like it's quite amazing, okay? Right, the difference between really you're respecting something or you're fearing something. And I can see this, of course, nowadays, like, no, people go and pray for the Grand Duke Jupiter, right? Originally, it's supposed to be out of respect, okay? I humble myself, I bow before you, just like how I respect the emperor, the most important person I believe, okay, in my entire life, this is a person that I pray to, I bow myself to. So you go to the temple and you pray to the Grand Duke Jupiter, it's the same thing. You're supposed to pay respect to it. You respect it, you bow to it, you humble yourself to it, okay? And like this person, and allow this person or allow this deity or allow this energy, whatever you want to call it, to guide you, okay, to lead you, because these are the most superior. But what happens in our modern world is like, I don't see people are respecting it, okay, right? And yet people are just fearing it. Here, fearing about this energy, but at the back of their mind, probably they are just plotting and waiting for the right time to strike or to rebel or to just like, you know, just F it lah, whatever lah, okay, right? So in every things that we do, it could be a husband, it could be a father figure, it could be a boss, okay, it could be some governing sort of like system or like, you know, superiors or whatever, okay? So that is the thing is like now, okay, I felt, okay, that more people are living with all this fear rather than understanding what exactly is this particular energy, okay? And how is it going to impact us? Why is it impacting the way that it's impacting us? And what we should be aware of and prepare, okay, for it, okay? And of course, as we say, that Grand Duke Jupiter is what you see, right? They're altogether 60 different Grand Dukes, okay? Because there are 60 different jiazi. In every pillar itself, okay, it's represented by one particular Grand Duke. And this Grand Duke itself, in a way, are represented, okay, right? This is not the origin, this is an add-on. Where it originated, it all talks about this wood element, wood energy in all Chinese, like I would say astrology, like wisdom, okay, or like, it studies, okay? When we talk about like all the wood energy in like, one of the classics like Hip Gei Bin Fong or the Sei Fu Qun Xu, all these things, even the TCM, they learn about it. Chinese astrology practitioners, they learn about this wood energy. What is the impact of the wood energy? How powerful the impact of wood energy? We are merely talking about the Tai Sui or the Grand Duke, okay? But the thing is, okay, now, okay, right, people like, in our modern context itself, okay, so people sees this particular Tai Sui itself, right, okay, later on, let's say for instance, right, okay, once it is discovered thousands of years ago, and as it evolved up to like probably like hundreds of years ago, and then eventually it got, metaphorically or something, they actually use something, okay, some generals in the histories of China itself, the generals that have in a way shown much, I would say, power, have shown much leadership, those warriors general, like, okay, right? So eventually they use this 60 different general of different names, okay, and commemorate them with each pillar of the Tai Sui. Because it's easier to, in a way, share or teach people that, this general, that you heard about the story of how great they are, how great the leadership, how powerful they are, okay? And they link it, and this is not the origins of astrology, okay? This is, in fact, okay, somewhere down the road where people who are practicing it think that, it's easier for me to link it to a general now that, after all these like warring periods or whatever, we have so many famous generals that leaves up a trace or a legacy in histories itself. So I pick 60 generals and link it to the 60 pillars, okay, so that it's easier for me to tell people that these 60 pillars are powerful. Something that you should be, in a way, supposedly be respectful of, but in fact people are fearful of, okay, because everyone is afraid, okay, of war, the warring period, or even the general. So therefore, from there onwards, you slowly see then comes about, there will be like I would say a deity looking sort of like Tai Sui, okay, 60 different looking Tai Sui of humans, okay, that are in a way worshipped as the great ones, and how it has evolved up to now. But originally, okay, it's all just merely about like energy.
Yes,
okay.
And of course it all has its roots, right? And its correlations really to what's happening out in the universe. Literally the astronomy of things, right, is where we get astrology from.
Yeah.
Right, and of course where we have the beauty of the codified, the systems of astrology that's come up, including Chinese astrology, is that they have summarized it into these systems, including, of course, this 60 jiazi, right? And of course, it's all correlated to how everything is in place at every single point at the start of the year,
Yeah.
So that's why one of the things as well that I think it's important to realize about the Grand Duke, right? Such as, like, I think Peggy mentioned even how she looks forward to the lessons and all that, right? Brought in by the Grand Duke, and the more fan Tai Sui offending Grand Duke, the more you actually get out of it, which is so true. So that's the thing, right? Because of, even if to summarize the whole effect of planet Jupiter, right, and of course in relation to the sun itself as the wood element, even though every year the element is different, right, we all know by that, just the fact that wood brings growth, wood being associated with growth, right, it is there to basically make us grow.
Yeah, breakthroughs.
For example, right? Moving from one phase and expanding to another, right? Moving from here, point A, to maybe point D. Or
changing of era.
Era.
Because seasons, okay? Because there are different seasons, the wood will go into like a different phase, okay?
Right.
It means that if you expand that, that's like a totally changing of era in time as
right?
well.
And sometimes it involves, of course, massive transformation. If you introduce the fire element with the wood element, then you get fire burning brightly, and this one, of course, is the agent of change, agent of transformation. But that's the thing to keep in mind, right? None of this is associated with a comfort zone. None of this is associated with stagnation, staying put, doing the same thing over and over again, just like last year. So that's why the Tai Sui, or every year, if you summarize it, right, is here to teach us something and to make us grow into the next level, the new phase, to let go of the old and so on. So all of this is not going to come without some degree of discomfort.
Yeah, and then the more we are in a way running away from responsibility, the more we are in a way living in denial, unwilling to see the lessons or to learn the lessons. I mean, more so to say about break through the lessons itself, right? Okay, the more discomfort or sufferings or unlucky or bad luck that we will have out of it. And imagine just now, I think someone, I couldn't find the comment, okay, someone mentioned that tonight got beautiful moon as well. Okay?
Felicia.
Oh, Felicia, is it?
Thanks for the comment,
Yeah,
Felicia.
okay. Now, imagine, okay, I'm sure many of you knows that nowadays, in terms of our spiritual practice, in terms of our sound sessions and all that, we make use of full moons, okay, as like meditations. It's great for meditations, it's good for sound bath, it's good for like doing something more, like I would say, like inner base, okay, inner work and all that. Why? Because the moon, in a way, somehow has a direct relationship or reflect, okay, in a way on our internal subconscious and also our emotions. Now imagine the moon that's circling around the earth itself is small. It's so small, but it has so much impact. How is it going to impact on the tides, okay, low tide, high tides, okay, the waves or the current of the sea and other things, all in a way affected by the moon. But this moon is so small, even comparatively to Earth itself, where it is orbiting around, okay, the Earth. But you in a way imagine, okay, all these planets, okay, they have this particular energy pool with it. And planet Jupiter, who is so huge, okay, so every year when it in a way crosses path at different degree, in a way measuring out, okay, from the sun and also the earth itself, okay, when it goes to a different degree, anything that in that particular degrees to the sun itself, okay, is going to impact whatever animal sign that has a direct inclination, like Wi-Fi connected, okay, to that particular degrees, okay, that quadrant of degree that the Jupiter is going to be in, okay, and it moves around, okay, it actually in a way moves around, okay, one orbit itself in approximately 12 years. All right, so therefore the grandeur is also in a way represented by the 12th animal sign, because every degree that it moves into, it will goes into a different quadrant of a different animal sign. And so happen that next year, okay, when it comes in, okay, in a way by how to say, the solar year, okay, of Lapchun, right, it will enters into the quadrant of the dragon. So therefore next year is a year of the dragon.
That's right, yeah. So and specifically, of course, it goes into the specific energy of the wood dragon, right? Because of, again, if you expand that beyond just the 12 years, right, of which the orbit is defined, right? There are other layers to the energy and other effects of different planets being situated at different positions, all compared to planet Earth, right? So that's why you get specific one of the 60 jiazi, right, which is basically the wood dragon, which is the energy that we already have quite strong at the moment.
Yeah, okay, and let's talk about that then now, okay? Let's go into like, what if it goes into the like the quadrant of the dragon, so all animal signs that have a direct linkage to this wood dragon or the dragon itself will be impacted.
Yes.
All right, so it's just like your electrical switch, you know. So if you have like one line in, like one mainstream, so you know nowadays we have the three phase of electricity and all that. We say when one phase itself is affected, every single switch that is affected to this phase will be also affected because of this energy linkage together. Okay, so therefore tonight we're going to look into like in next year 2024 wood dragon, what are the animal signs that will get affected by this energy? And so when you have this energy, generally, what does it mean?
Yes.
Right? Generally, it just means that overall, when you fan Tai Sui or go against Tai Sui, like just how Kong Yu have make it, right? Okay, has put it, okay? It's just like a breakthrough, a lesson. Imagine that every one of us goes to school, okay? When we go to school, every year itself, right, okay? We learn something, we sit for exam, okay? But there will be definitely in whatever schooling systems also, right, okay? There will be certain years that you have to sit for your major exam. Right, this is a major exam to see whether you fail or you pass. You can proceed further, or you get in a way, how to say, remain, okay, where you are. Whether you can proceed or in a way break through further or not. So let's say, for instance, this major exam itself is something like the Tai Sui. So when the Tai Sui falls into your animal, it means that your major exam is there. So if you're ready or you know how to get yourself ready, you understand what is the so-called question of the exam. You know that what tests or what are the challenges, okay, this particular exam is going to bring forth to you, okay. If you know all this, okay, right, beforehand, chances is you will be able to pass the exam much, much easier. Okay? All right. So that is the purpose that we need to know, okay, about the grandule. And of course, let's look at the first animal sign which is affected by this grandule.
Yes. Of course, the Grand Duke is the animal sign of each year, right? So, for example, last year, this year, okay, we've welcomed already, right, the dragon. So now we've got Nicole's golden dragon here, even though it's a wood dragon here, okay, swirling all around. But every year, of course, we get the Tai Sui in a different animal sign. Last year, of course, the expiring one is in the sign of the rabbit, right? But if you had a rabbit in your chart, you would have been anchored down, of course, with the Grand Duke energy, and that animal sign alone goes through its intense energy of the year, and the way it then relates to other animal signs will add on a different layer. But with the dragon, it's very special, right? Because it is not only the year that of the Grand Duke itself already typically people would say offending.
You know, in Chinese we call Pun Manglin. This is like you're offending the dragon. Is because why? Because the dragon is the Grand Duke. Suddenly it becomes the emperor, the biggest, the strongest, okay? So if you're in the same white with him, right, there cannot be so many emperor, okay? So that's why you will say you so-called fan Tai Sui, offended the Tai Sui by in a way staying at one level with it. You can't, okay? Apparently, you're supposed to pay respect. Remember, you have to bow down to it and learn because this is already the greatest. You have to see, okay, greatest, what are the things you are teaching me? How are you guiding me? How are you leading me? What are your wisdoms? How can I learn from it? Okay? So therefore, when you get into the same level of the Tai Sui, it means that those of you with a dragon in your chart, okay, it means that you so-called, this is your Pun Manglin, like this is your own, in a way, correlated year, okay, of your year itself. So this is also, in a way, as an offending Tai Sui. But on top of that, on top of that, Kong Yu is supposed to like continue on.
Yes.
What makes it so special this year?
The thing that's special about this is that the dragon, okay, already is the dragon year, so everybody who has a dragon sign is already considered so-called offending the Grand Duke, right? But because of its special relationship to itself, okay, it is one of 4 animal signs which also self-punish, because of the intensity of energy. So that's why if you have a dragon meeting a dragon year itself, right, in the annual energy, you are considered also under self-punishment.
So how many of you have dragons in your chart? I mean, my chart itself, I have double dragon. Okay, so next year, there will be a triple punishment coming in, okay, from my chart itself. If you have, okay, a dragon in your chart anywhere in the year, month, day, or hour, okay, and then next year comes in, you have what we term as a offending the Tai Sui or fan Tai Sui. Also, at the same time, you are so-called, in a way, going into a self-punishing so-called Tai Sui year. So what does it mean by self-punishing? Now, a lot of times people are afraid. Remember, the more you're afraid of things, it's not going to get you out of the loop, you know. It's just, you can just continue to say, it's like, oh, your exam is coming, okay? It's like, oh, I'm afraid. Oh, you're like, no way, I'm like, okay, you can hear SRP, okay, SPM and all that, you know I'm old, okay? Now I don't know what they are called, okay? They're calling it, do they still call it PMR or whatever? I'm not sure. When you have a major O level or A level, okay, exam that's coming in, you cannot just, in a way, like one whole year that sit there and say, oh my, I'm afraid, I'm so scared, and do nothing, right? So at the end of the day, you will definitely fail, okay, without even need to guess. But the thing is, if you know that you have exam coming, what do you need to do? You have to prepare yourself. You have to understand. You have to read through. You have to, in a way, try to seek, okay, any, like, in a way, prediction. Now last times they have this old so-called, in a way, like Ramalana, okay? All right, soalan Ramalana, we call it, it's like predicted questions. Do you have that or not? I will pay for this, okay, if you have that questions, okay? I will pay for you if you have that so-called, like, in a way, a predicted question. The same thing. So if you have a dragon in your chart, like Trey Ling, okay, like Lini, you also have double dragons. Do not be afraid.
Katie as well.
Okay. Do not be afraid of it, because I tell you, fear is not going to get us out of anything. Now we have to understand what is this fan Tai Sui means. Firstly, emotion. Every single animal sign that goes against Tai Sui is emotionally will be much affected. So first thing is you have to remind yourself, how well do you manage emotion? Okay, like in a way, so far, okay, all these years itself, even though you don't, in a way, go into like fan Tai Sui or offending grandeur, how well do you, in a way, manage your emotion? If all this while you can't manage your emotion and next year comes in, it will be a double whammy. It will be even more, like I would say, teruk lah, okay? It will be more impactful, okay? So one thing is you manage your emotion. And secondly, like he said, it's a self-punishing year itself. So self-punishing, right, okay, it actually leads out to a lot of things that we do it for ourselves. Like, in a way, at the end of the day, right? You do something onto yourself that eventually do something to probably either hurt yourself, okay, or in a way that you yourself have to suffer out of it. Okay, so this is called 反太歲. Now I write down a lot of like Chinese over here because like when they call it 自刑, 自刑 in self-punishment. Okay, now examples in Chinese, I read down the Chinese one first and then later I try to explain in English as much as possible. So the examples, okay, that you go through this self-punishing 太歲 is like, the chances of, people go through what? 自殺, 自殘, okay, 自害, 自私, 自戀, 自尋煩惱, okay, 自閉, okay, 自閉 means is like, example, okay, 自殺 means suicidal. That is a self-punishment, okay, because in a way that you might feel that you go into a moment that emotion suddenly just comes to you, that you do not know how to handle it anymore, okay, that this emotion is because too overwhelming, that they decided to get into a suicidal sort of like a conclusion, okay. That is self-punishment, okay. So one of the self-punishment is 自殺. 自殘 means you self-harm yourself, okay. Self-harm yourself like by drugs, okay, probably by substance, okay, in a way hopefully put you into like illusions, okay, or delusions so that you feel better, okay, you don't feel so bad after all with reality, okay. Example, those are also self-punishment, okay. And then in a way 自害, 自害 means is like in a way like you do something not really physically harming yourself, but you do something or you say something that self-sabotage yourself into a situations that in a way it will backfire on you. It can be through verbal, okay, or it can be through actions, okay, that you do something or you say something that ended up, getting sued over it or getting like in a way into legal problems over it, all these things, okay. 自私 means in a way you start to be more selfish. Okay, 自私 means is like in a way you keep on in a way like thinking for yourself, okay, that will eventually due to your own selfishness, you will like in a way affect your relationship, affect your business, affect your in a way like subordinate sort of like a relationship with you or whatsoever, okay, right? 自戀 means is like in a way these are people who getting into this, how to say, delusional, okay, they feel that people need to accept them, people need to love them, when people can't accept you, okay, you feel that it is too much for you to take it, that you cannot take it anymore, okay. This is like in a way that they think that they're perfect, they're so good that if they want someone, the person should reciprocate in terms of their relationship, okay. 自尋煩惱 means that you overthink, you keep on thinking about things, okay, or analyzing into things, okay, that create a lot of like in a way I would say like 煩惱 means is like problems, okay, a lot of like worry, okay, for yourself, okay. And then 自閉 means like 自卑 and 自閉 means like low self-esteem, okay, that you hide yourself, you do not want to in a way interact with the people around you anymore and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's the interesting comment just popped up on both my page and Jesse's page, right? So Georgiana, hi Georgiana, right? Says that dragon is the only mystic animal.
Yes.
With, out of all 12, which is something that is very important, right? Connecting with the spirit of the dragon, it's a big chance, as Jesse said, with courage to stay with an open heart. For you and also all the experiences and connection with unknown resources. That's true overall of what the mighty dragon is capable of, right? And Suparna Chowdhury also on my page says, as both stand branch, wood dragon is super powerful, super yang. I personally think status quo or some stagnation or no change in the situation is likely to be
Yes,
continued.
Georgiana.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So this is,
Yes.
I'm so excited. I will share it next week, okay, in my Feng Shui Annual and Astrology Talk, okay, in 2024, where we will dissect the dragon left, right, center, okay? So that's how we will get into it, okay? But overall, if you have a dragon in your chart, self-punishment, these are the things. But always remember, okay, when it's self-punishment, you can also make it positive. Everything not necessarily only have a negative side, but negative sells, fear sells. Now, self-punishment, if you go into in Chinese what we call in a way 提煉自己啊，提煉自己 means it's like self-cultivation. If you go into self-cultivation, it's almost like a self-punishment, when you go into like, I would say like, what we call this like, 要練功啊，修練啊, self-cultivation is where you go into meditation. Okay, all right. So that is like 自助. It's like in a way you meditate yourself. Okay, that is also part of like self-punishment as well. If you go into like really is you go and push yourself into disciplining yourself over certain things that you know the outcome of the things, okay, will be positive. Example, you lead a healthier lifestyle, okay? You like, in a way, you change your lifestyle, you exercise more, you work out more, you meditate more, okay? So all these things, okay, is in a way part of self-punishment as well, okay? So therefore, it's a choice for us to actually, in a way, seize the year and which path of the punishment itself, okay, that we want to choose to walk through.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Yeah, the other part I just wanted to quickly touch base on this as well is that it's important to understand it in context of the elements, okay, of which of course the dragon itself is like the other 4 self-punishing animals. It contains a lot of energy in it. In particular for the dragon, it's growth energy because it contains water. It's also very active wood. Right, young, depends how you look at it, but wood energy, and of course in a lush mountain is the imagery. So a lot of it is, of course, if we follow the transition of the rabbit to the dragon as well, we see that it is also a test of growth, right? It's also, growth is also a very important aspect of it, right? Whether we are limiting ourselves in terms of our growth, we will feel self-punishing effects in the dragon year after the rabbit year, or we are, of course, maybe on the other perspective to things, right? We have not taken into account enough self-cultivation or enough stability or practicality into what we want to pursue. So the growth could be excessive or the drive and desire could be excessive. So when we move from the rabbit year into the dragon year, that could again be a test of whether or not we have overextended ourselves as opposed to reining it in so that we can better harness our energy and focus it. So that could also be some aspects of the self-punishing dragon.
Yeah, and of course, okay, we have to move on, okay, quickly. Okay, we are only like 20 minutes, okay, or less than that, okay, for the countdown.
Yes.
The next animal that is clashing with the dragon is none other than the dogs, okay. So if you have dogs in your chart, okay, so yeah, we have real dogs at home, so why not we bring in, okay, these two,
So
okay.
you guys are clashed?
Guys, you get clashed, you know, next year, you have to be careful. Okay, come to mommy. So if you have a dog in your chart itself, okay, right,
two.
so yeah, we have 2. Okay, so if you have a dog in your chart in 2024, okay, you go through what we call the Chong Tai Sui or the clash with the dragon, okay, animal sign. So a clash, what does it mean? So always remember, a clash means that there's a need of a total transformations or a total change, okay? It means that, okay, clash, as I've said it before, when it comes to clash, okay, it's always about the test of faith, all right? Whether or not, okay, you do not know what's the outcome, okay, you cannot tell what's the outcome, but do you have that faith, okay, to actually, in a way, go through that, what we call the transformation or not, to make that decision, to take that actions, to make that change, to end something, and then after that, to eventually start something, okay? So that is actually the clash when it comes to the clashing with Tai Sui. And overall, you will see that, okay, Jiak Chen, of course, all this I will also share more next week during the annual astrology talk. But generally, if you get it, you get it. The dragon here sitting with a jiak wood on top. So overall, you know that just on the image itself, okay, chances of it in a way have a 7 killing sitting on top itself, okay. This is also has a impact that is due to a lot of like stress. 7 killings is relating to stress as well. So earlier on when they say about the dragon, and Kong Yu has mentioned that this December month, okay, is the month of the dragon. I'm not sure about you, but for me, right, okay, in this month itself, I have seen at least numerous, okay, in a way, people or artists, okay, committing suicide. I mean, I saw one which is in Hong Kong. It just appears on the news, okay. One is in Korea, okay, the main actor of the Parasite, okay, and Sleep and all that. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, there's at least one more, okay, who actually goes into like this, like suddenly, okay, just they decided to, in a way, take away their life itself, okay. So that is the impact of the self-punishing dragon, which already, in a way, highly, I would say, manifested itself in December. So the dog itself, okay, remember, it is a clash, okay, is about testing us about are we willing or ready to start anew, to let go, okay, right? Are we stuck, okay, in a situations that even know that we know that it's not no longer growing us, it's no longer benefiting to us? Are we so-called, in a way, trying, okay, to hold on to what we call stability or security? You see, 2 earth clash. Dragon and the dog is 2 earth, okay? So when it clashes itself, okay, it's like an earthquake. There's no such thing as security nor stability. Okay, there's no such thing as security or stability. It's a time for us, okay, in a way to trust, to know our value, okay, and to start anew and let go, okay, of whatever that's no longer serving us. So now, I think it's not moving. So is everything okay? All right. So as long as like everything is still okay, right? Okay. So please check, okay, on whatever. Okay.
Yep.
So the thing is, okay. So those of you with a dog, okay, in your chart itself, remember the clash of the Tai Sui that comes next year, okay, between the dragon and the dog itself. Okay. It's all about your readiness to start anew. So if you are denying it, you know something is not going, okay, to the bright side. You know something is not growing. You know something is really not something that you are so excited about. It can be relationship, it can be health, it can be like a wealth or career or business or whatever. Are you still trying to tell yourself, okay, to stay put at where you are just because for the sake of security and stability? So if that's the case, this clash comes in, you will suffer the consequences of what we call by the clashing of the Tai Sui, because it's supposed to teach us that lesson of faith. Okay, right? It's supposed to teach us that lessons of letting go and renewing some aspect of our life itself. Okay,
right.
if not all.
Yes, and I'd just like to add a little bit to that because of, again, you know, if you analyze it from a transition perspective, right? Each year is different when it relates to the same animal sign when it crosses the transition of the year, right? So one key into whether or not this clash, this change is something that is anticipated or one actually takes action to implement the change, right, is of course with the transformation of last year, because last year was a combined year. So the dog animal sign is moving drastically from a fire combination, which of course usually includes transformation, right, into a year of clash. So that's something to look into, right? Did you take up new perspectives, or did you take up new influences or accept new influences into your life and made a transformation attempt at some key aspect of it, which is then going to lead to a major change in 2024. So that will give you a big answer to that question of whether you'll be ready or whether you're proactively taking a change this year in 2024.
Yeah. Okay. So Lini, something for the last 2 days of the year with Double Dragons, I was at the peak of my emotional outburst, couldn't let go of my ego, and now suddenly caught a bad cold. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So you realize it. That's the most important thing. It's a good thing. So now that you know, okay. So at the end of the day, you have this, okay, in your Double Dragons. You know, is that emotionally, chances is we are doing this harm to ourselves. We are self-punishing ourselves. Okay. So we just need to learn, okay, to release. Okay, do not be too or rigid, okay, of holding on into something. Okay, so Sunita says, thank you for all these insights. It's truly helped me navigate my journey, and I'm starting a new one now. I sometimes feel so overwhelmed by each time I feel so you have these checkpoints each. Okay, I truly appreciate this. You both are angels. Thank you so much. Okay, that's how we learn together and we grow together. And Nicole, you please help us to do this so that we can see the comment as well. This TV is not moving. Okay, please pay attention and make sure all these things are like working as well.
The stream looks fine. I can tell from my phone, but I think maybe we're overwhelming the Wi-Fi a little bit.
Yeah, okay. And also another thing, okay, the next animal sign will be the destructions, okay? The destructions of the ox, okay? So, okay, so the ox itself, okay? Yeah, the ox itself is about the destructions, okay? And destructions, Tai Sui.
Let's bring in the next animal sign.
Yeah, so the destructions is different, okay, slightly different, okay, than the clash, okay? So that's the ox. Yeah. Is that really an ox?
That's
the family of it.
Yeah, it's more like a bison, I think.
Yeah,
but
okay.
You get the idea.
That's okay. It's nice. Okay, it's like it's quite handsome.
Effective.
Yeah. Okay. So like overall, okay. So if you see, okay, you have a destruction or with an ox in your chart itself, the destructions also means in a way letting go of the old and coming up with new. Okay, but there are difference between the dragon and the dog and the dragon and the ox itself. Okay, so the difference itself, this destructions over here. Okay, now earlier on the true earth is yang earth. So now the destructions is one yang earth and one yin earth, but this true earth is something similar. They are both very soft earth, okay? Where the chou itself or the ox itself is like soil, okay? It's almost like you can see, it's like sometimes it's like lambet, it's not like a quicksand, okay? It will suck you in, okay? So both of this earth also is a water storage. One of it is a tree combination, the tree, I would say directional, okay? Because that is a winter earth, okay? And the other one is a tree harmony, okay? Which is also a water, or say storage. Now, due to this itself, okay, the stability of the earth is affected through the destruction. So imagine now that, okay, the earth itself, it gets messy, you know. The earth itself, it gets sticky, it gets messy, you get sucked down by it, okay. So you cannot hold on anymore. You cannot, like, in a way, like, can't see, okay, clearly anymore, okay, because it's yin and yang. When yin and yang together, it's supposed to be hapa, okay. It's supposed to be like perfect balance. Everything from the outside looks like perfectly balanced, okay, one yin, one yang. Just like a lot of times you see a lot of couples, right? Husband and wife married, perfect, okay? Everything is like so perfectly seen on the outside. But between these destructions means that all the destructions is happening in the inside, within the inside. What is happening is within this earth itself, okay, there are I will say, the secrets, okay, of like war, the things, the fight is going on, okay. On the external, everything looks okay, but the internal, things are starting to crumble, okay. So that is the lesson of the destruction for 2024. So in a way, we have to stay ahead and ask us, which aspect of our life itself, okay, is starting to crumble? Which aspect of our life itself is starting to sink? I mean, if you see a building, right, with the pillars or the pylons or whatever is not being, how to say, they are not being stable, if it's sinking or whatever, you know, you will either like quickly rectify it, right, okay, or you will flee for your life, okay. But imagine now is your life itself. You have to start examining which aspect of your life itself is sinking, okay, which aspect of your life now itself, like, from the external looks okay, looks balanced, everything looks fine, but internally, okay, it's just filled of water, it's lacking of passion, no fire, okay. And this destructive thing means that in a way that we might be forcing to do something that's totally not passionate about. I totally do not enjoy the relationship or the friendship, okay, or the partnership, or in the way of my, like, in a way, work between my company and myself and my bosses, okay. I have no passion or love or excitement, okay, in this sort of environment, but you're still pushing yourself towards that, okay, and eventually these things will suck you in, right? The more you spend your time there without, in a way, revitalizing your own fire, you will get sucked into this so-called quicksand and all this like super wet, like soft earth itself, and you will start to lose yourself. Okay, so that is the lesson of the destruction between the dragon and also the ox. Yeah.
Yes. I also wanted to add briefly, because from my own analysis and so on also, I find that, you know, a lot of times when it comes to the ox, because we're talking about the ox in a offending the Grand Duke position with the dragon, right? So a lot of it has to do with the old and the new, right? Holding on to the old when it's already stagnating or when there's no growth. So when the dragon comes in, it basically, again, is a test, right? Because a lot of the earth animal signs are tests or challenges,
Yeah.
right? And when the dragon comes in to disrupt the ox itself, right? So it's asking the same question, you know, are you holding on to something that has no growth anymore,
Yeah.
right? Or is it time to go? So when it's time to go, you would have felt certain even tension, right, or discomfort, because it's all underlying in the earth, like Jessie was saying, right?
Yeah.
Even as early as the rabbit year, but when it transits into the dragon year, that's when you really get that push and the frustration to want to change and shift out of it.
And the lessons itself is the lessons of the ego, okay, and also in a way the lessons for us to learn independence, okay. So as I mentioned, the earth looks perfectly fine, everything from the surface, but it is so soft, it cannot hold anything, it's not stable at all, okay. So in a way we thought, okay, that we are relying this, you know, when you're soft earth, right, okay, you're not independent, okay, you're soft, you are just a pile of this, like, in a way, very soft wet earth there. You're not fully independent, okay? You are not also dependable, okay? So the lessons is like, in a way, things will happen to you if you have these instructions, in a way to force you to learn, okay, to strengthen up yourself, to reclaim your power, to find the fire within you, okay, so that you can solidify into some hard earth, okay, where you can be fully independent on your own. All right, so then, okay, we quickly go into the next one. Now, I know, okay, from the prayers perspective and all that, right, okay, you will know that, okay, generally they group the animal signs into 4 to a group, okay? And every year when one of the animal signs is offending the tai sui, the whole entire 4, they will ask you to go and sip tai sui. So overall, you know, the dragon, the group is dragon, dog, okay, the ox, and also the goat. Don't go away, come back, okay? All right, and also the goat. But the thing is, okay, even like the goat itself is part of the group, but in 2024, it is not directly offending the tai sui. Yeah, that's why it's like, you can see he's like making himself like, excuse me, okay, there. So the goat is not offending the Tai Sui directly per se, but Kong Yu has something to mention about, or to say about,
sometimes it's grouped under, even though officially from the astrology perspective, it's actually not offending the Grand Duke, right? And again, a lot of it has to do with the potential that is in I call it the mighty dragon. Right? An animal sign is associated with mystical powers, that's one, right? And also because it contains a lot of growth potential, right? Ready to be activated. So it's a representation of growth itself, right? And to some extent, so is the goat. Yeah. Right? Even though normally, of course, we talk about the goat being associated more with the sun and moon combination, it is a fire combination as well. But don't forget that at its energy of itself, it also contains a potential for renewal as well. So that's why one key part of the reason why it does not fall into offending the Grand Duke in the year of the dragon is because right before that, in the year of the rabbits, right, it's a chance for the goat to renew, right? All earth animal signs, right, I've been following the work that I do, the work that Jesse was talking about, especially about the Grand Centurion portal, right? It's all about the potential for renewal. Renewal through the different elements. And for the goat itself, is renewal through the actual renewal element itself, which is basically wood. Right? So in a rabbit year, right, there would have been such a potential to do that because the rabbit is, of course, the leader of the group of wood animal signs. So that's why having undergone a move from the year of the rabbit where growth and renewal are key themes for the goat animal sign, so it is, if we had taken the opportunity to proactively seek for growth and renewal, it is something that will come to 2024 without any particular effect.
Yeah.
So that's why it does not fall into the
offending Grand Duke.
Grand
But the
Duke.
thing is, okay, if every one of us, I will always talk about this back debts, okay, you have like so much of your homework and you're refusing to go through them, to work through them, and to break through them, or to pass your exams all this year, every year will be a bad year for you. Because why? Every year the lessons you have like piling up, okay?
That's right.
You are not breaking through it yourself.
So,
all right?
yeah.
So the official, okay, like in a way so-called the harming Tai Sui, or the like in a way Hoi Tai Sui, okay, for 2024 will be the rabbit.
That's right. Speaking of the rabbit, right?
Yeah, we speed up rabbit.
Which is what I was talking about. So that's why, again, the rabbit having been the Grand Duke of 2023, the previous year, right, leads us to a very simple conclusion, right? The rabbit itself is the peak of blossoming of yin wood, and the peak of course, the wood energy itself. So in a nutshell, right, if you have the sign of the rabbit and you went through massive renewal, massive pushing of your limits, massive growth overall, then of course when you come to the harm of 2024, right, you will be more in a way safe from that. If
Minimize
from that. If not, then of course a harm as denotes unexpected, unwanted surprises that will come your way. Again, why? Because of the lack of growth in 2023.
Exactly.
In summary.
All right. So harm is all about, in a way, like between the rabbit, okay, and the dragon itself is like, in a way, if we are still, because it's always about like what? The young and the old, okay? The young and the old is like harming each other, all right? I mean, the thing is, okay, if we are continuously creative, okay, and continuously, in a way, how to say, obsolete, growing and then obsolete whatever that's no longer serving us, so that a new creations can come back up again, this harm will not affect you. But only for people who are reluctant, okay, to grow, to be creative, to start something new, and also in a way reluctant to release or to let go, okay, then this harm will be of high impact of you, okay? Because it's between this yeet wood, which is very young, okay, which is prosperous, okay, which is wood, okay, and also the old earth, which is the dragon, all right, in this particular harm formation itself. All right, so
Yes. And interesting, right? Just real quick. So Rika says this dragon also have ungrateful punishment. I think she means bullying punishment there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why the dragon is outside of the bullying punishment.
It's not, okay? Yeah, because the dragon is not part of the bullying punishment, okay? It's the dog, ox, and the goat. In fact, they are part of the bullying punishment, okay? It's not ungrateful.
Yeah.
All right, so here, okay, so we have to rush it up, okay, because it's like now looking at the time itself, okay, because I know when probably this goes out to you, okay, right, it might be slightly...
That's right. It has a delay. Facebook has a
slightly delay.
So we might miss the New Year by a few seconds, but we're leading up to it now. Okay, we are fast
Yeah.
coming to it, everyone.
Yep,
Right?
okay,
We are in
we
the
are-
last minute of 2023.
Yes, okay, if you look at, okay, our universal clock right now is 11:59, okay,
And 30 seconds, pretty
30
much.
seconds, okay,
Yes.
pretty much. So we
Alright.
have counting down of 30 seconds. I
That's
hope
right.
all of you have prepared, okay, your spirits, okay. Keep your spirits high, count down to the new year, because when the clock resets at 12, okay, right, a brand new beginning will just start, okay. And then we are going down to, in a way, like
Okay,
13 more seconds.
that's right, here we go.
12.
Okay,
10 more seconds.
Yes,
Let's count
let's
down
go.
together. Okay,
Right,
like everyone,
10,
let's count down together. Get your
9,
spirits high, okay?
7,
okay?
6,
6,
5,
4, 3, 2. Where's your drink?
1.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone! Yes, Happy New Year! Are we
Okay.
too loud for you?
Coco, Happy New Year, Coco.
Happy New Year 2024.
Hi,
Okay, here.
Happy New Year.
Wishing everyone.
Lichi, yes.
Yes, like Lich Tan
That's
there,
right.
Felicia
Christine,
there, Christine
Wendy.
Chung, Wendy Young, Happy New
Yes,
Year,
everyone
Zizi,
here,
Rika
Peggy,
Jai. Remember, keep your spirits high,
Vincent,
keep their energy high.
Cheryl
We're going to
Tan.
start again, all again, on a
Hearts.
new chapter, okay, in this particular yearbook called the Yearbook of 2024,
Yes.
the Wood Dragon Year, which
Happy
is
New
about
Year.
to come, okay? Right, Happy New Year so much, okay, to all of you, right? Wishing everyone, okay, have a great year ahead of 2024. Really keep your energy high, ascend your energy, okay? Just wish for all the learnings, meaningful new year coming ahead of you, right? In a way, pray and wish and make up resolutions for, like, in a way, lessons, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Because once we learn all the lessons we need to learn, okay, there will be no need of any more resolutions.
Yes, hi, New Way, Happy New Year to you, Janice,
okay.
Corina,
Corina,
everybody
okay.
here. Yes, we have, of course, our fireworks going crazy over the live
Yes.
stream, but we're also blessed because we have the live fireworks going outside that we can hear as well, right?
Yeah.
Marilyn, be happy, Connie.
Yeah,
Felicia.
Marilyn, okay, probably Marilyn is from like
2024.
France, okay,
Yes.
probably there will be a few more hours down to here,
Yeah.
but it's okay, all right, we celebrate first, okay, time is an illusion, remember,
Yes.
okay, so thank you so much to all of you, okay, for staying put with us, okay, like
Happy New Year, Dominic,
not
Lily,
only now, but throughout
Tony,
the entire of like
Lai Fong.
2023 itself,
Yes.
okay, it really means
Michelle,
a lot to
Happy
us,
New Year
okay,
to you.
Michelle, Happy New Year, where are all the souls journey, where are the three links, they slept already,
Jessie Fu is here.
Oh, Jessie Fu
Right,
is there.
Jessie Fu's
okay.
here. Hi, Happy
right,
New Year.
Peggy,
Haven't
okay.
seen you in a while.
Yeah, Happy
Peggy.
New Year. Okay.
Yes.
Right, where are all my Soul's Journey students? Okay.
They're partying away.
Yeah, okay. Probably drunk already.
Hi,
by now.
Jenny.
Okay.
Yes.
Jenny Ong, Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
Thank
okay.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we, you know, it's interesting. Also, I just want to share with you, Isabel, that I mentioned at the beginning, of course, of today's Facebook Live that this countdown is very different because for the past 3 years we've been doing this New Year's Eve countdown, welcoming the Guailo, the Gregorian Western calendar-based New Year. But this time is very special because not only do we have the early dragon energies ever since the last month, right? The wood rat month itself. Then, of course, we have the increase, the influx, and even more energy from the wood dragon from winter solstice. And January 1st itself is a very, very auspicious day, of which we just transited into in the Kuala Lumpur and Singapore time zone. Yeah, January 1st is a Jia Zi Day. So we have a Jia Zi Day within the Jia Zi month. It's also Heavenly Pardon, smack in the peak or rather the ending of winter season as well.
We have Melanie
Yes.
from New York,
Hi,
okay,
Melanie,
which is
not
not
yet.
2024.
Yeah,
It's
you've
okay.
got another 12 hours,
you
right?
do
Or
a double
14,
celebrations, okay? So
13
another
hours, I think, yeah. Quite long. now.
another like 13 hours later,
That's right,
okay?
yes.
Then you celebrate
And
again.
Georgiana, Happy New Year in advance. I know your New Year's coming up in like about 5 hours, right? Plus minus or so.
Yeah.
Right, but thank you so much, right, for joining us live on this broadcast.
Yes, but it's not going to end yet,
Yes.
okay? Because I want to, in the way, highlight, okay, especially those of you in Malaysia, especially in Malaysia, I'm not sure about Singapore.
Yeah.
Double celebrations,
celebration.
Melanie. All right, especially in Malaysia, you know that probably after today, today is the 1st of January now officially, right? Okay.
Yes.
After today, the chances is you might actually, in a way, right, be getting yourself into a total transformation. Right, so the transformations are
That's
between
right.
this scenario, okay,
Yes.
to the next scenario of like Tong Tong Chiang.
Yeah, but
If you're Malaysian, you know what I'm talking
yes,
about, okay?
in these parts of the world, especially Malaysia, Singapore, you know, Hong Kong, etc., and of course China.
Yeah.
Right? it's a very quick transition. Of course, now and we're going to move into that
Yes,
transition.
okay, so you can hear, okay, all this sound of Chinese New Year sound, okay? It's like 恭喜恭喜恭喜 throughout, okay?
Yeah.
The whole entire month.
That's
And
right.
then my name is like this year's Chinese New Year come in February,
Yeah,
right?
it's bye-bye to Silent Night, bye-bye to
Yeah, the peaceful
Christmas carols.
nice carols.
bye-bye to Mariah Carey's All I Want For You Is Christmas, and of course switching into this completely different mode.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you're in our part of the world, you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, you walk into any malls probably just a few days from now. Alright, just a few days from now, and you will know that this is what you're gonna get. Okay, so might as well let us move and transit into there first. With a 恭喜发财, 恭喜发财. In case those of you,
Okay.
if you have not joined us in our Feng Shui annual astrology talk itself, okay, please, okay, in a way, I hope that the song is already slightly slowly muted. Okay, if it's not right, might as well we take away the CNY song first. Don't worry, okay, we have plenty of time. Listen to the CNY song. Okay, so overall itself, if you have not joined us in our annual talk, which is happening next week, 6 and 7, okay, scan on the QR code to get your ticket or click onto the link below to secure your tickets as well. Okay, so now we can take away all these promotional things. Okay, we do not need this anymore. Okay, bring us back into the CNY mode thing, and then let us really toast. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our
Let us-
mocha boy is very excited to see our cat outside. the
Yeah,
glass
if you have
door.
any questions, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because he can hear all the fireworks, the
That's
real
right, the
ones
fireworks
that's
are
going
going
out.
on also.
Okay, going on,
Yes.
okay?
And-
If you have
oh,
any
wow.
questions, okay, yeah,
Right
that's
there, darling.
beautiful.
That's
Yeah, just
beautiful.
right here.
Yes,
Just
right outside
right
our
in front of us.
patio. Yes.
That's so beautiful.
You're welcome, Teresa. Right, and of course, happy toast to everybody. Oh, we've got some more drinks.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, we have
Mocha.
prepared ourselves
Mocha,
with
you want to
this.
go down
Okay,
first,
so
Mocha?
Nicole, okay, who is serving us, okay,
you,
please
Nicole.
take yours. Faster
Okay.
take yours.
Okay.
Don't waste time
Come.
anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go put
So I'm
this
gonna
boy
take
down.
this. Okay. Open this, and we really now this time round I'm getting my spirits high. Okay.
Okay.
So we are really toasting. Okay.
Mocha, this is not for
is
you,
one
Mocha.
of my favorite drink.
It's not suitable for you, Mocha.
Right.
No,
I
no,
have
no.
one big tub over there that Yvonne made for me. Okay, which I can only drink later.
Mocha
on.
loves
It's really
any,
beautiful. You want to take like some of those videos, okay,
yeah.
and share it
Our
later?
boy Mocha loves anything that's related to humans, including I think Joya.
Chocolates, anything that's poisonous to him, okay, he will
Oh,
love it.
no, come. Yeah, come, let's
Okay, right
Let's
here.
sure, yeah.
Thank you again
Thank
to
you,
all of
everyone.
you. This is the real stuff.
Happy New
Okay?
Year, happy 2024 officially, even though of course we know the Wood Dragon is already here, right, and will be much more, and of course supporting us all the way into the official start of, not just the official start of the year, but also for the entire period 9. Woo woo!
Yes,
Happy New
okay,
Year.
right here, toasting to the beginning of period 9 itself.
Yes.
Okay, right. Thank you so much, okay, for joining us all this while. Thank you for your support. Okay,
Yep.
I hope that our energy, okay, can continue on to grow and to ascend together in this upcoming opening officially of the period 9 portal.
That's
all right.
right.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Zizi.
Cheers,
Thank you,
Zizi,
Grace.
Sally.
Sally,
Okay.
yes,
Right, Grace.
cheers.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
That's nice.
Oh
Okay,
my God, this is so good.
let me just double check that underneath here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There's like, can we have the director come?
Happy New Year to you, Alexis. right?
Coaching is there. Happy New Year.
Coaching
Hope
is
you're
here.
also
I'm
drinking
sure
as
she's
well.
having a toast herself.
Yeah.
Right, and yeah, everybody, Vincent as well, Happy New Year. Cheers, you, like, Trailing.
Cheers, Shirley. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying put with us. I guess that's all right. We've covered everything.
Yeah.
Right. All the best. Remember, offending the Tai Sui is merely just an exam, okay? Right? That we have to sit for. Okay, don't run away from your life exam. The more you run, okay, the more the impact is going to come back to you and seriously, in a way, burns you from the back, you know lah, from your ass up, okay? All right, because period 9 is all about fire, okay? So it's better for us to have clarity, to see the lessons, to see what are the things we need to learn, okay? To know in which aspect we are still stuck, and then after that, work towards it.
That's
Okay,
right.
it all needs effort and work. Angeline,
Cheers
toast,
to your
cheers to you.
2024.
Xiang Ling,
Yeah.
hope to see you very, very soon.
That's right.
Okay,
Calling as well.
Okay, and
Yes.
trailing as well.
That's right.
Also, in case Xiang Ling, if you're coming for the physical event, I assume you are. Okay, please don't rush back on the same night. Okay, so that we at least can like have some time.
Yeah,
okay, to catch up.
That's right.
Okay, over
the catch up
the,
will be wonderful, right?
yeah. All right. So
And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Those of you who are going to be celebrating a bit later, Marilyn, right, in France, about 7 hours, Georgiana in about 4 hours' time.
Yeah.
And counting, right? Happy New Year in advance to you
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Our director ran away,
Okay.
so we have to like, hold our post
Cheers.
here.
Okay,
Okay, cheers,
enjoy your
bye-bye.
evening, everyone.
Good
Bye-bye. Good
night.
night.
Happy New Year again.